Welcome into Dr. Marlin Berry. I'm Liam Lawson, joined with Coach Land. Today we're going to have a pretty good matchup between the Rogers Mounties and the Providence Patriots. We're going to start off with today's starting five. For Providence, we have Levi St. Clair, Luke Fugate, Parker Curley, Zane Jackson, and Will Bankston. For the Mounties, we have Owen Crawford, Chris Hill, Gus Kraut, Devon Fleming, and Luke Sanders, same as Friday and Saturday. So definitely they've proved to be competitive for those first two games. Let's see if they can finish off with the weekend sweep.
Yeah, welcome to Dr. Berry Arena. We're getting started here. Going to do the starting lineups. Here's Providence right here. Liam just told you who those starters were. Switch that camera over here. Apparently we're going to watch the Mounties. There we go. Thanks, Sam. Got a camera on the... There you go. Starting lineup for Providence Patriots here.
Rogers has already proved to be very strong throughout this weekend with that really good win over Conway on Thursday. Rogers really needed that. I mean, they've started off the season pretty well, but that Conway win is definitely going to propel them a lot more. And then, of course, they took care of Harrison pretty easily last night. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to handle the Patriots.
Yeah, so the way the Arvest Hoopfest is set up, you've got three kind of pools involved. You've got the blue pool, which we're in, and then the orange one that Heritage is hosting, and then also the gray pool. So each pool has a round-robin type setup, and if we win this game, we'll be 3-0 in our pool and win the blue pool or bracket of the tournament. So there's the Rogers starters, and here's a little picture of them. As Liam said, Owen Crawford, Chris Hill, Gus Kraut, Devon Fleming, and Luke Sanders get the start tonight.
Coach McMahon has turned this program right around from going from last year. This team was a kind of midfield team throughout the entire year. They weren't great. They weren't really bad, though, but they did a great job turning it around this year. I mean, of course, with all these younger guys, we only have, that's only two seniors that are starting this year, and we have two sophomores that are also starting.
Yeah, and we just got some football players in the roster just joining us here. Coming off the bench, Peyton Acosta, Nathan Herman.
Said to tip it off. Gus Kraut sends it backwards, but it's quickly picked up by Zane Jackson, who gives it over to Will Bankston, who's going to take it for the Patriots. He hands it off over to St. Clair. Back at the logo is Fugate. Fugate guarded by Fleming. Lob pass over to Jackson. Jackson back to Fugate. St. Clair right back to Fugate. A lot of ball movement quickly. Inside pass. Tried to kick it out. They give it back to St. Clair. St. Clair is blocked. Luke Sanders throws it over to Fleming. Fleming with a handoff to Kraut. Deep three-pointer. Gus Kraut, it's good. Gus Kraut drains the three to start the scoring off for tonight. Great shot there. He had plenty of space. So here comes the Providence Patriots. St. Clair swings it over to Fugate. Fugate at the logo, guarded by Fleming. In the corner is St. Clair, three-pointer just short, rebounded by Kraut. Kraut throws it over to Crawford. Owen Crawford right back to Gus Kraut. Now here's Owen at the logo. Crawford throws a pass to Chris Hill, nearly knocked out by Will Bankston. Three-pointer from Luke Sanders is just short. Rebounded by Bankston. He's going to take it up for Providence. Tried to drive, has nothing doing, gives it over to Curley. Curley back to St. Clair. St. Clair gives it over to Jackson. Here's Fugate. Parker Curley with another handoff. Providence moving the ball around a lot, not really taking many shots. St. Clair going to drive. Three Mounties on him. Floater no good. They're going to call a charge. Great job by Luke Sanders getting set and taking that charge. Levi St. Clair charged with the foul.
Great job getting in position defensively, picking up that turnover there, that charging foul.
So here's Owen Crawford with a high pass to Chris Hill. Missed the oop. He got the ball back. kind of threw the ball in no man's land. Luke Sanders went and got it. Hill with a cross-court pass over to Gus Kraut. Down goes Gus Kraut. He's already got 5. He was scared of no one there, just drove right in and slammed it home. Pass nearly dropped there by Fugate. They're going to call the foul on Fleming. Was a little bit aggressive trying to get that ball back.
We'll get a chance to see that dunk, but I could see it in Gus's eyes as he cut baseline. He was going to try to dunk that ball. Whether he got to the rim or not, that's what he was going to try to do.
Zane Jackson will throw it in from the sideline for the Patriots. Little bounce pass there to Luke Fugate, who hands it over to Curley. Curley's got nowhere to go with it, has to throw it over to St. Clair. Here's Fugate again. Providence always has that one guy towards the back of the half court. Their little emergency valve. They've been using Fugate a lot already. St. Clair with a bounce pass in the lane. Curley has to kick it back out. Here comes Bankston. Deep 2, no good. Rebounded by Hill. Hill going to take it quickly, gives it over to Kraut. Gus Kraut's three-pointer is just long. No good. Rebounded by Jackson. Gus Kraut has already shown that he's not afraid to shoot the ball. This Mountie offense is just so aggressive. Here comes the three-pointer from Zane Jackson, and he drills it. 5-3 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Luke Sanders throws it out wide to Gus. Gus right back to him. Luke Sanders with a defender in his face. No good. St. Clair brings home the defensive rebound. Fugate to St. Clair. Here comes Bankston with a little move in the inside. Can't get it to go. Got his own rebound. Put back, no good. Ball is loose. St. Clair gets it. Doing a really good job staying on offense are the Patriots. So here's Fugate. In the corner to St. Clair. Lost the ball. It's on the floor. He and Fleming are all tied up trying to get it. They're going to call a jump ball, and Rogers is going to get it. E.J. McCoy and Lincoln McMahon going to come in for Luke Sanders and Owen Crawford. I mean, here's Gus Kraut's dunk again. I mean, he just, like you said, he was not going to stop for nobody. He just went right along that baseline, and no matter how many defenders were in his way, he's going to go dunk that ball. Devon Fleming going to be the new point guard with Crawford coming out. McCoy dishes it to McMahon. That one's picked off by St. Clair, knocked out of bounds. Shot clock at 22. The Mounties will pass it in from right in front of the Providence bench. Lincoln McMahon right in front of the Patriot bench gives it over to Kraut. Kraut with a handoff to McCoy. McCoy back to Kraut. Three-pointer from Gus Kraut is good. Gus Kraut has all of the Mounties points tonight, already with 2 threes. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, not afraid to shoot the ball. Gus Kraut's a very aggressive shooter. Here comes Bankston. Bankston wanted to pull up there, tried to throw one in the inside. It was a risky pass. It gets picked off. E.J. McCoy going to go coast-to-coast. Layup, no good. Chris Hill almost was able to slam it on the rebound. Looks like they're going to call an offensive foul on the Mounties, and Providence is going to get it back. Chris Hill's going to come out. In comes Graydon Simmons. I did not see who they called it on. I think the ball might have went out of bounds. I'm not sure what really happened there.
I don't see a foul on the board.
Baseline drive, no good. But he did a good job drawing the foul, so Zane Jackson will shoot 2. First free throw goes long. Levi St. Clair comes out. Sloan Cook in for him. Second free throw falls home. 8-4 Mountie lead with 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Lincoln McMahon going to take it up for Rogers. Gives it over to Simmons. Simmons, McCoy. McCoy to Fleming. Fleming into Lincoln. Deep two-pointer. Cannot get it to go. And it's rebounded by Providence. Here comes Fugate. And off to Cook. Cook looked like he wanted to go somewhere with the ball, didn't pass it. Now here's Curley, handoff to Bankston. Kick out to Fugate, gets Devon to jump past him. Three-pointer no good, rebounded by Gus Kraut. Gives it over to McCoy. E.J. McCoy's three is good. Rogers leads 11-4. So here's Bankston. He gives it over to Fugate. Rogers doing a really good job just trapping that one man in the corner. That pass is tipped by Simmons and collected by Fleming. Devon Fleming throws a lob to Kraut, and Gus goes out of bounds with it. Providence going to go with 3 new guys. Andrew Kimbrough. There's going to be a timeout. Andrew Kimbrough, Tyson Burnett, and I did not see who else went in, but Rogers also bringing in for the first time tonight. They're going to go with Nathan Herman, and I didn't see who else.
Chris Hill checked back in.
Chris Hill's back in.
Chris came back in, and then, Herman checked in for the first time tonight.
Rogers has been able to shoot threes very effectively. Here's E.J. McCoy's three-pointer from earlier. He just caught it. I mean, we see this so often. E.J. McCoy just with that quick catch and pass. He's done catch and shoot. He's done a really good job of that throughout this weekend. I would not be surprised to see more of that throughout the season.
It all starts with a good pass. Catch the ball in the pocket, ready to shoot, and then E.J. did what he needed to with it. Ooh,
Chris
contact
Hill
there.
Ran right into him, no call. Graydon Simmons collects the ball, three-pointer from McCoy, just long. Herman nearly tipped it back in, but Providence collects the rebound. Here's Fugate. Gives it over to Cook. Sloan Cook lost the ball, just handed it right to Graydon Simmons, wide open. My goodness, Chris Hill with nobody near him. Did not flinch to go for that dunk. Levi St. Clair makes a move on Hill. Couldn't get him to go. Now he's doing a really good job putting a lot of pressure on this Providence team offensively and defensively. They're going to call a shooting foul on that shot there. They're going to give it to Graydon Simmons. So Luke Fugate will shoot 2. First one is good. Get a second look at Chris Hill's dunk. I mean, he had plenty of space. I mean, that ball just got knocked out. Graydon Simmons with a beautiful pass right into his hands, and he did not flinch. Second free throw from Fugate is good. Makes it 13-6 Rogers. McCoy hustling the ball up the court. Trying to catch Providence off guard. He's blocked. It's going to go out of bounds on Providence. Providence might have thought that McCoy touched it when he was out of bounds.
That's close.
The ball's going to stay with Rogers. Throws it into Herman. Nathan Herman guarded by 2 people. He will draw a foul. Who are they going to give this one to? Looks like they give it to Tyson Burnett. So Nathan Herman. First one just off. 13-6 with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Second one also short. Nathan Herman can't capitalize. Fugate running the ball up the court, gives it over to Bankston. Bankston going to drive, kicks it out to St. Clair. St. Clair over to Kimbrough, baseline drive, picked off by McCoy. Looked like he was trying to pass it to outside the arc. E.J. McCoy had his hands in his face the entire time. Ball is taken away on the floor. It's picked off. What is happening? The full court shot, nowhere close. I didn't even see who shot that.
Yeah, they just threw it up there, honestly, at the end of the quarter there. There was a lot going on the floor. I was surprised there was no whistle, to be fair, because it looked like there was a kicked ball, a held ball. Chris was kind of rolling around a little bit on the floor. So
it looked like Chris was trying to hold on to it with his foot there.
Yeah, so unsure why there was no whistle there, but we'll take it. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for some second quarter action here in just a few seconds.
Welcome back to Dr. Marlin Berry Arena. The Rogers Mounties hold the lead over the Providence Patriots 13-6 right now. Most of the Rogers starters will stay in for a little bit of this second quarter, but we do not know what will happen next.
It's the same five that was out there at the end of the quarter. They didn't put the starters back in. They kept the same five.
Coach McMahon definitely very confident with his starters just as much as he is with most of his bench players. Me and Jacob were talking a lot about this last night, but this team is going to be absolutely dominant for the next 2 years because we see so many starters that are sophomores and juniors right now. So we're only going to lose 2 of our big starters at the end of this year. Three-pointer from E.J. McCoy. He and Gus Crowd have been supplying a lot of the points for tonight, especially from beyond the arc. They've done a really good job tonight. So here's Nathan Fugate, Luke Fugate, sorry about that. Gives it over to St. Clair. Almost lost the ball there. Gives it back over to Fugate. Fugate going to try and drive on Simmons. Layup no good. McCoy grabs the rebound. That one's tipped out of bounds by St. Clair. McCoy tried to throw it down the court to Chris Hill. Lincoln McMahon going to come out. He and Nathan Herman both came out. Luke Sanders and Gus Kraut back in. They're going to call a walk on Chris Hill. That'll turn the ball back over to the Patriots. So here is Fugate for Providence. Providence has used mostly the same 7 this entire night. Of course, it is early. We may see some more players in the second half. So here comes Parker Curley. He's on the ground. They're going to call a foul. Looks like that one's going to be
on EJ.
Yeah, that one's on E.J. McCoy. Owen Crawford and Devon Fleming back in. McCoy and Hill out. So Fugate will throw it in from the baseline. Baseline drive from Fugate. Nice pass to Will Bankston. It's no good. Bankston, sorry about that. Simmons gives it to Crawford. Crawford defended harshly. It's picked off. Levi St. Clair is going to have all the room in the world. It's just the pass went a little long. They have to reset it. So Bankston brings it all the way back to the half-court stripe. And Providence is going to get reset. They're going to throw it inside to Curley. Curley has to kick it out, and Bankston dropped it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Lincoln McMahon's going to come back in after the turnover. Crawford gives it to Fleming. Corner three from Gus Kraut. Bounces around and finds its way in. Gus Kraut already drained 3 threes tonight. Fugate, the hard pass over to Bankston. That one's tipped by Crawford. Looks like he didn't even mean to get his hand in the way of that. St. Clair trying to make a move, throws it inside. What a shot by Levi St. Clair. It all started with the no-look pass from Will Bankston. Fleming kicks it out. They're going to call, looks like a blocking foul. Blocking foul on Parker Curley.
Check this three-point out in the corner pocket here. Get Fleming, pushes the ball to the corner. Gus knows what to do with it. It bounces around a little bit, like you said. Here we are all back to live action. They just threw it over the top to Devon Fleming. He tried to put it in. Was unable to.
Just couldn't get that one to fall through. Hip pass there. Cannot get the shot to fall. Luke Sanders takes it up for the Rogers Mounties. Rogers never really does have a designated point guard or someone who's always going to bring it up the court for them. They're confident with everyone being the main ball handler, which is another thing that is definitely super pleasing for Coach McMahon. Three-pointer from Kimbrough is no good. I mean, Jackson tried to tip it. He hit it down on Devon's head.
Bounced off about 3 players there.
Yeah.
Ended up out of bounds. Going to stay here.
So Bankston will throw it in from half court. Fugate going to drive. And Luke Sanders, for the second time tonight, draws a charge. I mean, that one definitely wasn't as aggressive as the first one, but he's done a really good job just staying in there and taking the hit to get the ball back.
Little J-Will action.
These Rogers teams, I mean, even the middle school teams, Kirksey and Elmwood, not afraid to draw charges at all. I know last year's Elmwood 7th grade team with Coach Baker, even though he may not be coaching at Elmwood anymore, every single charge you got a free chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
There we go. Hey, we got a foul here on the shot. Luke's going to shoot 2 shots. Working on our score bug right now. It's come off the screen. We'll get that score back up. It's 19-10 with 3:54 here to go in the second. There it is. Ooh.
Sanders' first free throw is good. Gives Rogers the 10-point lead. Tyson Burnett going to come back into the game. Second free throw is good. Rogers going to go with some full court pressure here. Yep. And yep, that one was pretty easy call. Luke Sanders reaching over the back of Zane Jackson. They'll call the foul on the junior. So Bankston will pass it in from right in front of the Rogers bench. Here's Fugate guarded by Kraut. Corner pass to Bankston, tries to make a move. It got ripped out somewhere in the chaos. They're going to call a foul on McMahon.
Was it McMahon?
I believe it was. Lincoln McMahon charged with that foul. Fugate had a chance to make a move there. Fleming was a little bit off balance. Nothing doing. Deep 2-pointer from Bankston, no good. Pulls up for a jumper, no good. Luke Sanders can't get that one to fall. Bankston slows it down, gives it over to Fugate. Providence starts all their plays from very far out. Most of the time you'll see people just a couple feet off the top of the key, but they do it from all the way from the logo right behind the volleyball line. Usually see a lot of teams just a lot closer than that. Fugate with a nice move in the paint to get the shot to fall. Owen Crawford gives it over to Sanders in the corner. That one's just a little bit short. Fugate brings it up for the Patriots. Fugate gives to St. Clair. Sorry, that's not St. Clair. I believe that is Kimbrough. Kimbrough along the baseline and got knocked out by Fleming. Providence will have 10 to shoot here. And there's going to be a timeout. Providence going to call a timeout.
30-second timeout.
So Patriots' second timeout of the game here.
21-12, Rogers leads over Providence. Providence hasn't had the best of luck in this tournament so far. They were definitely coming into this game looking to turn that around. They have not led this game, though. Luke Fugate will throw it in. Gives it over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough right back to Fugate. Loses the ball on the floor. Seen a lot of these this afternoon.
Can't do that.
They're going to call a travel on Fugate, and that'll turn the ball over back to Rogers.
Saw agreement on all three officials there on the travel. There's a lot of contact, but you can't stand up with the ball without dribbling. Stop the action here with 2:07 left to go in the first half as they dry the floor up.
You might have thought he could get away with that because there were so many people around him.
There's Joe Kraut, the manager, Gus's younger brother, helping out. Good job, Joe.
The Kraut family has produced lots of good basketball players to come through this Rogers program. Of course, Rex Kraut graduated 2 years ago. Gus Kraut, senior this year. Leo Kraut is a sophomore who's going to be definitely a huge part of this program in a couple years. Deep three-pointer from Crawford, no good. Chris Hill very aggressively trying to take that ball away from Bankston. He's going to dish it out to Kimbrough. Fugate nearly fell over there. Kimbrough, Providence has just really struggled to get the ball into the paint. The only way that they've really been able to get super close to the basket is baseline drives. But Rogers always has that one player right under the basket just waiting for it. They're going to call foul on Tyson Burnett there. He reached over the back of Chris Hill. Minute 13 to play in the first half. Providence going to bring a little bit of pressure now.
2-2-1 press here.
McMahon gives it over to Hill. Hill to Kraut. No travel call. Gets the layup. Gus Kraut looked like he kind of hesitated twice with his pivot foot. No call, though, with a minute to play. Rogers leads 23-12. Knocked out by McCoy. McCoy going to take this one himself. Layup no good. They will call. Looks like they're going to call the foul on Fugate. Luke Fugate thought that one was not his fault. He thought he was being held by McCoy.
Yeah, Gus wanted that ball up in the air for an alley-oop there. Chris couldn't quite get it there, but for the alley-oop. Got it to him for the two.
McCoy drains the first free throw. Second one falls in good. Rogers with a 13-point lead. Fugate guarded aggressively. Chris Hill comes in and picks it off. What a move by Chris Hill. Fugate looked like he was about to glass Chris Hill. Chris just brought it down and laid it up the other way. 27-12 with 30 seconds to play. That one rebounded by Providence, but picked off by McCoy. This Rogers defense has proved very aggressive in the past minute. McMahon brings it right in front of us. Makes a move. Three-pointer is good. Lincoln McMahon drains the three. Not a terrible shot for where he had to shoot it from and how he had to shoot it, but Zane Jackson can't get that one to fall. So the first half will come to a conclusion. The Rogers Mounties lead 30-12 over Providence.
They're doing a little...
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
At Arvest Bank, we believe financial confidence should be within reach for everyone. Whether you're just getting started, planning for your future, or starting a new chapter, we're here to help you plan and reach your goals every step of the way. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Welcome back to Dr. Marlin Berry Arena. I am Liam Lawson. Coach Land will be here in just a few moments. But we had a really good first half for the Rogers Mounties. So here are a couple of highlights that we had. Of course, we had that big E.J. McCoy three. Sorry, this was the E.J. McCoy three right in the corner. Perfectly executed. E.J. McCoy has done a lot of good catch and shoot stuff throughout this tournament. Gus Crowd, of course, also in the corner with that kind of awkward three, bounced around for a little bit. Luke Sanders just doing his job at the free throw line. Of course, I mean, that's kind of overlooked sometimes, but the free throw line should just be free points that you're getting. Here's Gus Kraut's dunk. Sorry, this is not the dunk. This is just a nice little layup he had earlier. A few more things going on here. I believe this was the Chris Hill dunk. Went right in his face for the layup. Lincoln McMahon, of course, with the deep three from the wing to wrap up the first half. So that's pretty much all of the highlights we had. Rogers leads Providence 30-12.
Yeah, so in that first half, speaking of, you saw that Lincoln McMahon 3. He's 1 for 1 from downtown. You got E.J. McCoy's 2 for 3. And Gus Kraut's 3 for 4 from three-point land. So got 6 threes here in the first half. It's over half our points tonight.
Rogers has showed a lot of aggression from the three-point lead, from the three-point line. Not afraid to either drive or shoot the ball. They can do really both very well, and it's not just the little guys that can shoot too. Gus Kraut and Lincoln McMahon have proved that they can shoot and make those threes.
Rogers going to start with the ball for the second half.
Owen Crawford throws it into Gus Kraut. Flying out of the gate comes Chris Hill. Can't get the layup to go. So Providence will have the chance to score the first points of the second half. Right in front of us is Zane Jackson. Gives it over to St. Clair. Hands it off to Fugate. Here's St. Clair. Lost the ball, tried to, looks like just got a little bit confused as to where it was. Crawford nearly poked it free. Three-pointer here from Bankston, no good. Had to shoot it, shot clock was running out. Looks like Providence is going to retain possession here. That ball went off of, I think that went off of Gus Kraut. So Luke Fugate, I've been informed it's Fugate, not Fugate. We'll pass it in from the baseline. St. Clair gives it over to Jackson. Fugate tosses it inside, nearly knocked out there. Curley with a really aggressive pass. Fugate is fouled. They're going to call that one on Devon Fleming. So Luke Fugate will shoot 2. First one bounces around and falls out. No good. Second one is good. Providence cuts the Mountie lead down to 17. Chris Hill in the corner with a deep pass to Crawford. Knocked out by St. Clair. Levi St. Clair with a wide open layup. And with a nice touch, he lays it home. Crawford facing some pressure here. Picked up his dribble, and yeah, that one's a pretty easy call. St. Clair got a little bit too aggressive. Looked a little bit impatient there. Tried to reach around Crawford to knock that ball out. Chris Hill is going to come out. Lincoln McMahon is in. So Crawford with the ball, gives it over to Fleming. Fleming to McMahon. McMahon with a hard pass to Crawford, nearly picked off. Lincoln McMahon pump fakes 3, takes a dribble, step back three-pointer is good. 33-15, Mountie lead. St. Clair gives it over to Bankston. You get at the logo. Not a lot of movement going on for Providence. Just a lot of ball movement and really nothing doing inside the three-point line. That three-pointer from the corner is no good. Devon Fleming brings it up for the Mounties. Gives it over to Crawford. Crawford makes a move over to Sanders. Three-pointer, Luke Sanders. That one bounces around. That one's tipped out by Kraut. St. Clair makes a nice play. He's able to beat McMahon, and a nice move in the paint to lay it in. 33-17. Devon Fleming gives it right back to Crawford. Crawford going back and forth between Fleming and Crawford. Rogers is going to call their first timeout, just a 30-second timeout. The beginning of this second half has kind of gone Providence's way. Rogers has scored a couple points, but Providence has been bringing more pressure than they really have been all game.
They have, yeah. Providence, well, in the full court they brought pressure, and they're running a 2-3 zone on defense. Providence is, but it's pretty aggressive, and I can hear Coach Kennedy over here telling him bump him. He's trying to get that top guard on the 2-3 to bump and push the ball handler down into the wing, where he's going to have a little bit of help in that 2-3 zone. So. Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's an aggressive 2-3 zone, but we'll see. They'll probably jump back out into it here again, because the Mounties do get the ball after that timeout. Well, they call the timeout. So they're with the ball here with 17 seconds on the shot clock, and we'll see what adjustments they've made. Looks like Providence just switched it up and went to a man.
So Rogers will have 17 seconds to shoot the ball. Devon Fleming will take care of it for now. Three-pointer from Fleming is off to the right. That looked like a little bit of an awkward shot. It looked like he shot it, and right as he did, he just kind of regretted shooting it. He kind of just laid off at the last second. No harm done, though. Providence does have the ball. St. Clair kicks it out in the corner to Fugit. St. Clair brings it all the way back around, gives it to Jackson. St. Clair baseline drive, makes a move on McMahon. That one does not fall. Owen Crawford brings it up for the Rogers Mounties. McMahon to Crawford. Crawford inside to Kraut. Gus Kraut pulls up from the second mark. No good. Rebounded by Providence. Baseline drive from St. Clair. They're going to call a blocking foul on Kraut. Sorry, they're going to give that one to Sanders, not Kraut.
They did. I was a little interested in how they were going to do that.
Devon and Luke Sanders come out. E.J. McCoy, Nathan Herman both in. Nearly lost that one to Fugate. Makes a move, gets McCoy to jump. He took an extra step, though.
Good defense, E.J. McCoy right there. He was all over him, and it was textbook. I watched him come up, cut through the lane to close out on his man, and he was consistently beating him to the spot, turning his man back and forth. Great defense, E.J. McCoy.
Here's Crawford, picked that one up a little bit early. Gives it to McMahon. McMahon gives it back. And now here's McMahon again. Nearly lost that one out of bounds. McCoy able to hold on to it. Gus Kraut swings it right back. EJ's three off the back. Nearly got his own rebound there. Fugit able to snatch it away from McCoy. Now here's Bankston. Trying to make a move on Herman. Kicks it back out to St. Clair. St. Clair loses that one. Here goes Nathan Herman. One-on-one situation. Jump stop. Can't get it to go. It's rebounded by Bankston. Herman was hoping that he would bite and maybe go a little bit too far. Nice pass there by Zane Jackson. Keep the possession with the Patriots, and a textbook layup from Levi St. Clair to finish the job. McMahon with a wide open lane. Doesn't get anything to go. McCoy confused on where the ball needs to go. Gives it right back to Crawford. Now here's McCoy again. Herman's layup no good. Nearly got his own layup. Nathan Herman very frequently just trying to go for those little tip-ins. He'll just jump up right after the missed shot, not even collect the ball, just try and tap it right back into the basket. Hasn't got one to fall yet. That one's tipped out by Gus Kraut right in front of us.
Nathan Herman switching over from football to basketball. Played receiver for the Mounties this fall.
McMahon and Crawford come out. Chris Hill, along with Graydon Simmons, come back in. Lost that one over the backcourt. Had to throw it to just make sure they weren't called for the turnover. McCoy grabs it up, comes blazing down the court, and makes the layup. Three-pointer is just short. from Bankston. Braden Simmons kicks it out to Kraut, and they're going to call the foul there. Providence bench a little bit disappointed with that call. They're going to give it to Fugit. Gus Kraut will head to the line.
His first free throws of the night. Herman comes out, Sanders goes in. Herman's a very athletic and very long, lengthy player. I talked to him in class. He said that he really loves playing basketball. He thinks Coach McMahon, the coaching staff, really believe in him and make him want to play basketball.
It's definitely something that you have to do if you have two-sport athletes, especially when it's football and basketball, because their seasons kind of clash towards the end of football season and the beginning of basketball season. They're going to, I do not know what happened there.
Well, the blocking foul on Providence.
Looks like Jackson got caught up in McCoy's way. They're called a foul, but as I was saying, with those football, basketball guys, you're really going to have to convince that if they're really good at both coaches are going to really try and convince them to stay with them, because a lot of times you'll see people like Braxton Lindsay, who he was on this basketball team all the way up until his junior year, but this year, of course, he's leaving for BYU at the end of the semester for football. Definitely a little bit of a loss for the basketball program, but at the same time, it's going to let them develop a lot of their younger guys. Gus Kraut, with 3 defenders on him, gets fouled.
Back to the charity stripe for the second time in the last minute and a half is Gus Kraut. Speaking of football players, we got another football player checking in here.
Peyton Acosta.
He'll be checking in for Gus after this free throw or next dead ball.
That one's a little short. Sprinting it up the court is St. Clair. Tries to make a move on Simmons. Kimbrough nearly pulled that one. A high lob pass just lets Chris Hill go get it. Euro step, reverse layup. That was pretty. Great shot from Chris Hill. Perfectly executed there to get the points. Cook gonna go all the way, nearly glassed by Simmons, but that one falls in. Gus Kraut, heavily defended by St. Clair. McCoy gives it to Crawford. Crawford, the little guy, goes in, drives, no good. Put back from Gus Kraut is good. It's 41-21 with a minute to play in the third quarter. That one nearly poked out. It is. 3 Mounties looking around for the ball. Three-pointer, Chris Hill. That one just rims out, no good. I think they're going to call that one on St. Clair and give the Mounties the ball back. So Gus Kraut will go to the line for the 3rd time this quarter.
It's going to leave Acosta here at the scores table once again.
Nixon Butler going to come in for Owen Crawford. It'll be his first few minutes of the night. 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. That one's short. Gus Kraut hasn't been extremely effective from the free throw line. 3 Mounties covering him. That one's tipped away by Kraut. McCoy swings it to Kraut. That pass got tipped by St. Clair. St. Clair doing the job of 2 men by himself. Nearly was able to defend both of them. Couldn't quite get it done. Bankston covered by Butler. Nice pass across the court. 3-pointer now from Cook. No good, rebounded by McCoy. McCoy's got 15 seconds, sprints it up the court with a nice pass. Nixon Butler wide open. Nobody near him to make the layup. 5 seconds to play. James Cook, sorry, that's Sloan Cook, has nowhere to go with it. And that'll wrap up the third quarter. The Rogers Mounties lead 46-21.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Patriots came out pretty fast in the first part of the third quarter, and then it wasn't until the last probably 2 minutes where Rogers really responded and kind of extended their lead. But yeah, they looked really, Rogers looked really sharp at the end of the third quarter there. And talking with Coach McMahon and Coach McKnight, one of the things that Rogers has been really focused on is playing all 4 quarters. Said, you know, that seems every game we have a quarter that's just not quite as sharp and as crisp as the other 3, and they're trying to get all 4 quarters. If we want to compete at the top of the 6A West, we've got to play all 4 quarters at a high level, and so that's what we're focused on, trying to improve at as a team and execute. So I think the end of that quarter definitely showed to be the better part of that quarter too.
This is definitely, like you're saying, it's a very cutthroat conference. If you're going to make mistakes, the teams in this conference, they maybe not even the best teams in this conference, they will capitalize on your mistakes. So it's not necessarily trying to play better, it's just not making mistakes, not letting the other team profit off of what you have been not doing well on.
For sure, and I was talking with Coach Sanchez at halftime about who are the teams in the 6A Central, who are the teams in the 6A West, and who we can think about maybe later in the season push to a playoff run.
A little bit of confusion
Got
to start this final quarter of play.
Yeah, something with the clock. We've had issues with that for a few games today.
So once again, Andrew Kimbrough will throw it in to Sloan Cook. Gives it over to Fugit. Double guarded. Here comes Chris Hill with the steal, and he's blocked at the rim. They call the foul, but Tyson Burnett kind of jump scared him there. He came out of nowhere and smacked the ball off the rim. They will call the foul. He got most, kind of knocked Chris to the ground there. So he'll shoot 2.
Semi-dangerous play, fouling from behind there. Fortunately, Chris is okay and didn't have to worry about any injury.
First free throw is short. Very un-Mountie-like. We've seen a lot of free throws fall short of the rim or just not going in. Not something that we see very often. We see this Mountie team that really loves to get to the line. I mean, they've got to the line tonight, but they really just haven't capitalized a lot off of it.
Just kind of wondered a little bit about legs. 3 games in 3 days and what their legs look like here in the fourth quarter. Your 3rd game in 3 days.
Andrew Kimbrough thought someone was at the wing. He threw it to nobody. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. Nixon Butler will take it up for Rogers. Blazes past his defender. Acosta to Hill. Hill gets it knocked out, gets his dribble back. Simmons takes Cook's ankles there. The shot is good. Chris Hill tried to go around the back of Fugit there. Nice job by him holding on to the ball. 3-pointer from Kimbrough falls in. It's good. 7 minutes to play, and it's 49-24. Rogers leads. Nixon Butler takes it up for the Mounties. Chris Hill, calm and collected. Tried to throw it over to Butler. It was tipped by Fugit. And Kimbrough grabbed it up. Fugit makes a move on Simmons, nothing doing. Layup looks like it was blocked by, I think that was blocked by Sanders. Throws it way up the court. Lets Hill go get it, jump stop, nice pass, wide open. Nixon Butler gets a flyby, deep 2, no good. Six minutes left. Rogers 1 point short of 50. Sloan Cook looked like he was about to pull that shot there. Knocked out by Butler, but they are going to call a foul on him. Chris Hill, Graydon Simmons, and Luke Sanders all going to come out. McCoy, Herman, and McMahon all in. Deep pass over to Cook. We've seen most of the same 7 or 8 people from Providence all night. We've seen about 9 or 10 from Rogers. Cook is able to get that one to fall. Herman with a pass to Acosta. Peyton wanted to go all the way, lost the handle there. Collects it and goes to the side of Tyson Burnett and lays that one in. 51-26, 5.5 minutes to play. Nixon Butler a little bit too trigger happy there. Reaches in on Sloan Cook.
Tell you what, Peyton Acosta has put on some weight in the last couple of years. I remember seeing him as an 8th grader, even last year as a freshman, but he's been hitting the weight room hard, and he's definitely gained some strength.
Absolutely. I've heard him talk about how much he's really been eating. He's focused a lot on how much he's eating and what's good and what's bad going into his body, and he's used a lot of that to gain a lot in the weight room like you were talking about, and that's turned him from a really kind of frail, tall guy, kind of used to look like, I don't know, kind of used to look like Gumby. Now he's got a much thicker frame.
Oh, you better hope he doesn't see you at school on Monday.
E.J. McCoy hits him hard. Looked like Fugit just kind of threw his body right into McCoy. E.J. just stood there and knocked him to the ground.
I'm going to get called to the office. Hey, do you know why Liam Lawson got put in a headlock? Well, I think he said something about Acosta on the broadcast. You found him afterwards. Put him in a headlock. Oh, goodness.
I'll make sure to keep my distance for the next few days.
Oh, goodness. All right, they're going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this break.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
First Western has been here since 1910. We've earned our reputation not just by what we do, but by the way we do it. We call it the First Western way.
Come on in and see for yourself.
Welcome back. The Rogers Mounties will hold their 51-28 lead after the timeout called by Providence. Luke Fugit going to pass it in from right in front of us. And it is quickly nearly picked off by Herman. Peyton Acosta, I mean, we were just talking about him going into this break, but he's very quick. He's kept all the speed that he had before he got a lot thicker. He's very quick for how big he is.
Trying to butter him up a little bit.
Make
He
amends.
called him a frail. He called him a frail kid. Oh, first free throw is good for Providence.
Ooh. That pass a little bit errant there from Butler, picked up by Providence. Lincoln McMahon got away with a reach in there. I could audibly hear the slap on his arm. Cook gonna go along the baseline, kicks out, high pass to Fugit. Goes right into Butler's chest. They'll call the foul.
Yeah, that spin move, it can be effective, but you have to do it very, very well. Otherwise, they're going to call you for a travel every time.
It's got to be perfectly executed. When it is perfectly executed, it works amazingly, but just like you're saying, if you don't do it well enough, you're either going to get called for a travel or you're just going to be right in the face of the guy you're trying to spin away from.
Yeah.
Acosta. Herman was looking for a lob there from Acosta. Didn't get it. Jump ball. Looks like Rogers is going to get it back.
He was Herman was not letting that ball go. He's got a few pounds on the guy he was tangled up with.
Yeah.
And he wasn't letting go.
E.J. McCoy, of course, that catch and shoot, as he always does. That one does not fall through. McMahon gives it over to Herman. Layup from Acosta, no good. Rebounded by McCoy. McCoy's put back, no good. Rebounded, and there's going to be another jump ball. This time Providence will get it back. So Cook will take it up for the Patriots here. It's 51-33.
Yep. He led with that shoulder. Led with the shoulder on that screen. He was set in place. And he's trying to appeal to his coach. I saw it right here. I'm looking right at that screen. He got set, and then he pushed that shoulder out right into the player's chest.
Acosta gives it out to Herman. Herman, oh, he should have shot that. Wide open, that ball's gonna go out of bounds. Nixon Butler tried to save it and ended up at the feet of the team manager, Joe Kraut. So Providence will pass it in from right in front of the Mountie bench. 3 minutes to go in the game. Luke Fugit gets tangled up there with Butler. Three-pointer is good. That one's drained by Zane Jackson. Haven't mentioned his name a lot tonight, but he has been a really big role player for this Providence team. Herman's going to go all the way. He's going to get the foul called. They're going to call that foul on Tyson Burnett. Parker Curley going to come in for the Patriots. So Herman will shoot two. First one doesn't go. Very uncharacteristic of a Rogers basketball team to not be making a lot of their free throws. The other one also just doesn't find its way in. Herman is visibly upset.
Ball ends up going out of bounds on the Patriots, so Mountie's going to keep it underneath.
McCoy gives it to McMahon. Good job holding on to that one and staying in bounds. McMahon spins away, tried a little hook pass to McCoy. They're going to say it goes out on E.J. McCoy. Rogers, Providence, great job defending that.
That was great defense. Honestly, got away. Lincoln McMahon got away with a little bit of an extension on his arm guard there.
Three-pointer just short from Curley. McMahon with a deep three now, no good. Ball got slapped by Acosta. Herman's gonna get fouled again. That one's on Brody Knight. Herman ends the free throw struggles for the Mounties. Makes the first one, 52-36. 2 1/4 to play in the game. That one bounces around, no good. Got his own rebound, layup is good. Capitalizes off the miss and gets an extra point out of it. 54-36, Rogers leads.
That is not how free throws are supposed to work, where the shooter gets their own rebound. You got 6 guys in front of you.
Nevertheless, makes it too.
Gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
Nixon Butler nearly lost the ball out of bounds there. Gives it over to McCoy. EJ with a high little touch pass to Lincoln McMahon. Lincoln swings it way back out to Butler. Butler with a hand in his face. Misses the shot. Acosta and Jackson were on the ground. It looks like they're going to give that one to Peyton. Give the ball back to Providence. Looks like Providence is in the bonus, so they will shoot 2.
And this switched about a couple years ago where it's 5 fouls per quarter rather than what I knew growing up, which was 7.5 and then 10 for the double bonus. Now it's just you're in the bonus once you get to 5 in the quarter. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of battling and boxing out going down underneath. So it's either someone's going to get boxed out and get a rebound, or you're going to get that right there. Someone's going to get a foul. This time it went against Acosta.
Jackson makes the pair. McCoy gives it to Acosta. Acosta to Herman. Herman runs it along the baseline, gives to Butler. McCoy had a shot. Takes a couple steps into the lane, no good. Gets knocked out of bounds off of Providence. Looks like that one went out on Brody Knight. 1:18 to play in the game. It's 54-38. McMahon gives to McCoy. McCoy with a little floater draws the foul. Give that one to Sloan Cook. E.J. McCoy will shoot 2.
Tell you what, the players are real excited about these new jerseys they got with the Old English script on the front of them. They like it quite a bit. Several of them have told me in class.
I like them too. I think they look pretty sick. Neither of the free throws go in, and the free throw struggles continue for the Rogers Mounties. Sloan Cook was guarded by 3 people. That one looked like it might have gone off of Lincoln's head. Rogers going to get the ball back. Nathan Herman swings it out to Nixon Butler. Nearly lost his footing there. Good job staying balanced, not getting the travel. 3-pointer from Lincoln is good. Lincoln McMahon drains the 3-pointer. It's 57-38. Rogers is definitely a very exciting team to watch no matter who is playing, because every single player that Rogers has and that Rogers will put on the court is very skilled, and they know what to do with the ball. Driving goes Fugit, gets knocked out. Herman went to go save it, but ended up just knocking it straight to the ground. So with 30 seconds, Sloan Cook will throw it in. 17 to shoot for Providence. High lob pass. Butler knocked it out. Now they're going to get Butler with the foul. Looks like he caught more of Brody Knight's hand than he did of the ball.
Yeah, that was a play on the ball, player control foul. He's just trying to go after the ball and end up running into a player there.
Brody Knight makes the first one. Graydon Simmons going to come in for Peyton Acosta to wrap this game up.
Tell you what, getting in basketball shape's a lot different than football shape. These kids are in really good shape for football and then have to turn around and get in a whole different type of shape for basketball.
22 seconds to play. E.J. McCoy brings it to half court, gives it to Graydon Simmons. Providence looks like they want to play this one out to the buzzer. Lincoln McMahon just holding on to it. Shot clock's off. Providence still applying pressure with 10 seconds left. Lincoln's just going to keep it away from Providence, and that will wrap the game up. The Rogers Mounties sweep the tournament, Arvest Hoopfest. Rogers finishes the tournament 3-0, started with that big win over Conway, and then finishing out with the 2 over Providence and then Harrison. Rogers wins 57-40. I'm Liam Lawson here with Coach Land. That's all we have for tonight. Thank you for watching, and always roll Mounts.
Yeah, we'll be back next Thursday and Friday here at Berry Arena. So come out, check out some games. If you can't make it to the game, then you can always tune in to RHS TV whenever we're streaming. So check it out. Roll Mounts.
Thank you for watching.